No worries, sir. I think we can give it another shot. This time, I think Spaces crashed. It has happened before as well, so nothing new in terms of expectations from the Spaces.
Yeah,
But again, you were speaking about the PSU and the private sector bank, so
yeah.
you can definitely continue on that.
So as a PSU bank, still in the leading quadrant with a high relative strength and at the same time high momentum thing. But as a bank nifty, because of the private sector banks losing strength, the relative strength, it was almost near to the I think weakening quadrant. So once this will be proved, once another weekly close has to be watched now, and once that is happened, then we can go ahead with a bank nifty as a uh, one of the potential upside thing. But only thing is Nifty Bank Nifty has to close above 43,300 decisively by this weekend or whenever it joins, then automatically the targets are very high in the Bank Nifty as 46,935. That's the levels we are looking at in the Bank Nifty. One, as long as it trades above the recent breakout of 48,000, 41,800 level. So that's a breakout level. As long as it trades above this level, be positive on that. It was happened in the 4 weeks ago. It's still continuing. Since September lows, the Bank Nifty never closed below the previous week's low. So we keep positive Bank Nifty as long as it trades above the previous week's low. So that's your first weaker signals. Today's candle is little worry in the Bank Nifty because it has formed a most bearish candle, which is open is a high candle. So, but it still made a higher high and higher low candle. At the same time, it is even the shortest period time also above the 5 EMA levels, that is 43,116. So, this is a positive outlook for the Bank Nifty, but cautiously optimistic, but positively on the PSC Bank. I wanted to speak about the IT index also. IT index actually met the head and shoulder target, which was formed in during the February and November to February period. Sorry, April period was broken, and that head and shoulder target was met in in the month of July 22, and it made exactly at the head and shoulder target, made a double bottom pattern, which was broken out this week. So be positive on the IT index. At the same time, IT index is gaining momentum. At the same time, it is also gaining relative strength. It is one of the strongest in the improving quadrant, and it may enter into the leading quadrant very soon in next 3 to 5 weeks. Be positive on that IT index. At the same time, pharma index is also making higher lows and higher highs on a weekly basis. So as long as it trades above 13,060 levels, be positive on that. Once it closes above the current levels, then automatically the next level of target is roughly about 14,450 levels. So that's a positive outlook on the pharma, IT, and the healthcare segments. So now I'm open to take all the any questions from the listeners. I'm ready.
Awesome, sir. So just to continue on the IT front, you did share your view on the overall sector, but on StockTwits app, a lot of our users keep on asking their views on some of the IT stocks with the likes of TCS, Infosys, or Wipro, given the popularity of these companies. Now, which is your favorite pick as of now from the entire sector?
See, go with some of the best stocks. Actually, there are many stocks in line with the moving in line with IT index because it formed a double bottom pattern and broken out. The one similar pattern looks in LTI, which is also a value pant is around 5,040 levels. It would exactly it is 30 rupees away from that level, and the LTI is trading above the 34 EMA, which is very positive, and just on weekly MACD line has just crossed the zero line. So LTI is looking great in structure. It formed in a higher bottoms and the parallel highs. Once it breaks above 50,000 or 5,040 levels, it is very attractive. At the same time, in the large cap space, The TCS and Infi is also in the similar structure. TCS has broken out of the double bottom pattern decisively by closing above the 34,030 levels. Uh, Now 3430 levels, now 3475, which is very, very positive now. So it may test around 37,000 very soon. At the same time, the Infi is also in the similar structure uh, of the IT index. The value point of the double bottom pattern is around 1630 levels. Now it is trading above that level. So be positive on these three stocks on a positional basis, and technically they are very, very sound now. Both of all three have broken out of the double bottom patterns and breaking out of them, so which can be targeted roughly about the it may retrace, or it may first resistance it may face around Infi may face resistance around 17,000, sorry, 1723 24 levels.
Okay, awesome. Sir, I would first of all a quick update for our listeners. You can also drop your queries to Brahmachari sir, maybe in the comments. And if you want to unmute and speak, please send me a request. I'll be more than happy to provide you the speaker access. So another stock view I would want to have from you, which is Reliance, yet another popular stock on StockTwits. It has been one of the most followed tickers as well, and lots of people come on a daily basis and talk about this particular stock. Now, this particular week itself, it's almost 4% up and nearing its all-time high of, I think, which is around 2850 or 60, somewhere
Y-
around that. So
Yes,
what's your
yeah.
current view on this particular counter?
Yeah, even the Reliance Industries also broken out of the double bottom pattern, which was the value band is 2677 level, which is decisively above that level, and it is trading just a few percentage points of the uh, his high lifetime highs. So the lifetime high is roughly around 20 856. Now we are already hardly 125 rupees there. So once it was sustaining above this level, that means 2677, then it is all probability next 1 week we may test the 28 40 levels, and later it may extend. So because there is a huge consolidation from October 21 to current pace. So in this strong consolidation base, any long consolidations will give impulsive move once it breaks out. So it is accumulating on every dip now, and the upside targets are very huge. In terms of 1 second, the actual target is roughly about uh, for an Reliance, it is about 3,000 or 325 is the immediate target. Once it breaks about 27 to 30, and then the actual pattern target is about roughly 4,033 rupees in next. I think it may take 1 year time, but the current structure shows very bullish. The immediate resistance may be around 2840 to 2890 levels. So once it reaches there, it may consolidate for a few weeks and then go for 3106 and then 3325. That's the immediate targets for next to 3 to 4 months time frame.
Okay, got it. So another popular counter, which is everyone's favorite, which had been a meme stock for a lot of time, but this year it has just outbeaten every other stock one can think of, including the Nifty index itself. I'm speaking of ITC. So what's your current view on this particular counter?
Yes, ITC actually, I am bullish on this stock since last, I think from 2021 onwards. The reason is it was trading near all-time highs. All-time high is just around 361.45 kind of thing. Now it just retraced just below the 10 weekly average. But it hasn't made any lower low. At the same time, because it met its pattern target, it is consolidating for the last from since I think it is from 20. December this month, or I think last one, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks, it was consolidating roughly, but it's in the range. Once this tight range breakout happens, then the ultimate target is roughly about 406 rupees. That is an immediate short-term target. Once it reaches 380 again, it may consolidate for some time. But the downside, if at all it reaches from the top about 10% to 15% correction, may lead to little rate is of 200 40-week average of around roughly about 300 levels. That is 297 levels. But as of now, there is no signal. As long as it trades above 334, be positive on the stock. Not even 334. It is roughly about yeah. The low is 323. So as long as it trades above that level, be positive on that stock.
Got it. So next, I would want to take your views on Tata Motors. This has been again one of the requested stocks from StockTwits community itself. A lot of people follow the ticker and quite actively add this particular counter to their watch list. So again, would want to know your view on the stock and
Mm,
the sector itself. So if you can share both of these.
yeah, first we'll discuss about the automobile sector. Then we'll go ahead with the with the Tata Motor stock.
Tata Motors, sure, 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 sir.
Yeah. So now the index as a whole is consolidating between 12,600 levels to 365 levels to currently roughly about 560 level. This 200 point range, the index is consolidating for the almost 1 to 3 8 plus 12 to 16 weeks time. So this range has to be broken out. So currently the last 2 weeks it is closing positively. Once it decisively closed about 13,382 level, that's a level to be watched. Once it closes above that 13,400 level precisely, then the breakout it happen. That is almost 16 weeks breakout will consolidation breakout will happen. Then the targets are very huge. The channel targets and other once that is broken as a index, I think it is the target is about roughly 16,789 levels. So watch for that. The immediate target is 13,900 level. Once it breaks about 13,380 levels. So that's a good move. Up move is expected to be followed. But regarding the Tata Motors stock, it is actually trading between 536 on the higher side, 494 to 536 on the higher side. On the lower side, it is roughly about 366 and 390 level. This is the zone. This zone is trading for the last 54 weeks. So currently just reached above the 40-week average, and it is forming higher highs and higher lows on a weekly chart. It consolidating in a tight range for the last 4 weeks. I think it is better be positive with that because the relative strength line is not so great. But let us be, it is not a bearish side stock at all. But at the same time, if the auto index closes about 13,400 as expected, then it first resistance is 494 levels for the Tata Motors share price. And then once it is break out of the 495 level, then immediate target is 537, and then it reaches uh, very very higher levels on a uh, positive on the Tata Motors.
Okay, got it. Guys, the floor is open for you all to ask any markets related question to Brahmachari sir. Feel free to share a simple request to me and I'll be able to provide you the speaker access. Or meanwhile, you can definitely drop a comment as well, which I'll be more than happy to pick it up. Uh,
Yes.
so just one more stock I would want your views on, which is a banking stock in the name of ICICI Bank. Why so? Because this counter has been, again, the similar reasons quite actively followed on StockTwits, and people have been asking about the views on this particular stock.
Okay. ICICI Bank is one of the leading bank trading lead the industry sector. Once it was broken out of the double bottom pattern in the month of I think uh, in the month of July, first week, then it rallied so much high, and that was the breakout. So happened 40-week breakout was happened during the recent November month, but it again consolidating within this very shorter range, very tight range for the last 7 weeks. So now it was trading just at the pivot level, just at the pivot level of, I think it is the pivot level is currently at uh, 936, 937 level. It exactly trading around that level only. Once this is ideally it is in a buying range from 936 onward to almost 960 levels. It's a ideal buy range within the 5% of the uh, pivot range. So once that was breaks out, this range is breaks out about 36 to 60 level, 960 levels. Then the immediate targets is roughly about 1120 levels. That is my positive outlook. Even 1135 is possible. The upside limit is about 20% upside potential is there from here onwards to that thing. If that is happen, then automatically the private sector bank index and the bank nifty will again enter into the leading quadrant.
Got it. So we have a request from our listeners. Shaker wants to know your views on PFC, Power Finance Corporation.
Okay, PFC. It has a great earning
Yeah.
strength actually. It has a great earning strength as well as recently there was a uh, demand side is improved because there is a lot of participation from the institutions. The institutions stake is improved by 17.7% in the last reported quarter, which they are holding almost 90,000 90 crore shares in the stock. So it is also forming a long consolidation in the form of cup pattern of 59 weeks. It is already broken out of the two prior swing highs of 124.80 and 122.45. It is nearly trading roughly about 138 levels. The from the here onwards, 154 is the immediate pivot point, which is which has formed a beginning of the curve formation in the October 22 on 2021. So from this 1 year, 2 months of consolidation will may end in next month, next in 1 month. So once this is 153, 154 levels is broken out, then automatically it reaches around 191 zone. So be positive on this. This is because the for the last 5 weeks, or I think last 8 weeks, the volumes are improved more than above average levels. So that shows the demand for the stock, and that also shows the institutions' participation is also very high in this stock. That and at the same time, its return on equity is also very positive on 17% return on equity. And the last quarter, June quarter, it made this little earnings degradation, but in September quarter, it recouped all the losses. Now 9% growth in the EP earnings base. So positive on this PFC PFC stock.
Okay. Awesome. Next request we have from Ravi, who wants to get your views on ICICI General Insurance, and he
Mm.
expects a very short-term view from here.
Short term in the sense, ICICI Lombard General Insurance is last 3 weeks there is a very positive moves is happening. On a daily chart, it was breaking out of a double bottom kind of pattern, which is very positive. At the same time, uh, the this week's move is very strong move, and there is a divergence also in the indicators. So the volume pickup at the same time positive divergence and very strong weekly move and breaking out of the double bottom pattern is looking very strong. At the same time, on a earnings front, it has reported about double digit growth, 32% growth in earnings, At the same time, it also have a decent ROE of 13%. Volumes are picking up for the last 3 weeks. Uh, I think it just moved above the 40-week average of 20, 21. So it is now currently trading above that level. So the recent low will be the otherwise you can have a 10-week low as a stop loss, that is 15 11.55. So as long as it trades above that level, this is almost equal to the double bottoms value band. So be positive on this stock as long as it trades above the current level, and the next swing is around 1369 level. So there is a potential of roughly about uh, 10 to 12% in a short term. I think that should be achieved in next 5 to 7 months, 7 weeks time. So that's the shortest period I can project. But below that short period, I think it is better to not to discuss about the very short term on the maybe some one distribution day are added to that. Otherwise, if you are an already position, keep a stop loss at the prior bar's low. That means today's low is stop loss for the tomorrow. That is where you can protect your profits.
Okay, awesome. So one final question is from Wasim, and he does want your view on IRCON.
Which one? Can you repeat it again?
IRCON, IRCON, IRCON.
Oh, okay. Not only Recon, all the railway stocks are very positive on that. Recently, it was wow. After breaking of 53.40, which is a private level of the cup formation of roughly about 53 weeks cup formation, it has already met the target, met the its first target, and it may consolidate around this level between 70 to I think the previous low of 60. That may consolidate now. So I think as of now there is no lower low candle, but IRFC is a positive, but it may consolidate for some more time. So it is a positive stock, but as the patent targets is almost met, then it may consolidate. That's all. But earning fronts, it's a good earnings. It is consistently reporting a double-digit growth from the last 8 quarters, and the sales growth is also more than 40% for the last 3 to 4 quarters. So good stock to hold, but trading perspective, let it consolidate and the breaks out another base, and then go ahead with the stock.
Awesome. S- Paresh Jogani sir is asking about the IT sector outlook. Sir, Brahmachari sir did share his view on the entire IT sector and his views on multiple IT sector stocks. So I would request you can hear this particular recording sometime later, and you will find your answer
Uh,
in
I,
this.
I request Mr. Mayuresh just has joined us now. I think if you request him as a speaker, I think it will be better. I think he's one of the market is close watcher, and I think you can invite even Mayuresh Joshi also to the speaker as a speaker.
Yeah, yeah, I've shared the view, and I remember Yash from our team hosted Mayuresh recently in one of our spaces as well. A great
Yeah.
market voice, and the spaces was also well received. Would definitely love if he joins. But meanwhile, sir, I have shared the request. Would want to take up another sorry, our audience question, which is on IEX. Harish wants your view on this.
Indian Energy Exchange, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but it's clearly in downtrend. It has to move, at least it has to form one lower low and one higher high. Sorry, one lower, higher high and one lower low. So the recent low may be a stop loss for your holdings. It moved because of it moved above 50 DMA, but trading above that. But today's move is little. I think it is worry now. For the last 3 days, it is not moving anywhere. 4 days, it is not moving ever anywhere, but it is trading between within the November 25th bar. So But earnings wise, it's okay, but there is no price strength at all. A very low relative price strength is there, oscillating around 50 DMA. So if you are holding 50 DMA is your stop loss. But if you are not holding, better wait till it breaks above the 25th November's high. So then you can try it out. So today there is a volume improvement traded in a very flat zone. Yep. Yes. Hello. Uh,
Sir, can you hear me?
yes, yes, I hear you.
Yeah. Awesome. So I was just seeing the comments as well. I mean, we are pretty much done with what users had asked us the queries, and there
Hmm.
are no further requests as well. So I would want to wrap it up and once again thank you for taking out this time yet again. On Tuesday, we had spaces which was crashing multiple times. So I highly
Yeah.
appreciate you taking out time again and sharing your views on markets and lots of stock discussion as well. And I hope you also had a good time answering people's queries as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night and a good weekend ahead. Thank you so
Mm.
much.
Thank you all. Thank you. Good night and good weekend also.